You've been lied to about toxic people. The most dangerous sociopaths, narcissists, and manipulators in your life don't carry warning signs. They don't arrive with loud shouting or open hatred. They wear a perfectly constructed camouflage. They appear warm, charming, and shockingly familiar. And here's the terrifying truth. Research shows that the average person wastes years, sometimes decades, trapped in destructive relationships. Years paid for with self-doubt, sleepless nights, and mental exhaustion. All because we forget how to pay attention to the exact signals these people send in the very first 60 seconds of meeting them. In this video, we are giving you your psychological immune system back. We are going to reveal 8 undeniable microsignals to cut through a toxic person's camouflage in under a minute, along with a precise microtest you can use in conversation. Stay with me until the very end, because each sign builds on the last, giving you the exact tools to never be blindsided again. Let's start with sign number 1, the excessive validation trap. It often starts with the very first sentence. You meet someone, and within seconds, this person agrees with everything you say. You express a casual opinion, and you get an enthusiastic reply like, "That's exactly how I feel," or "I was literally just thinking that." Psychologists call this artificial mirroring. Healthy people naturally disagree on minor points when first meeting. Manipulative individuals, however, create an instant artificial harmony to lower your psychological defenses. Landmark behavioral studies in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology demonstrated that high-toxicity individuals strategically agree with strangers' opinions up to 86% of the time in initial meetings, compared to just 38% for genuine individuals. Here is your 60-second test. Express a slightly unusual or specific opinion. A healthy person will react politely or with curiosity. A toxic person will immediately claim that this has always been their perspective too. This brings us to sign number 2, forced teaming. Pay close attention to word choice within the first minute. Listen for how often the word "we" is used. Toxic individuals create premature intimacy through linguistic ownership, saying things like, "People like us have to stick together." Security experts call this forced teaming, a deliberate attempt to bypass your normal vetting process and create a fog of intimacy. If an alliance feels like it's moving too fast, it usually is. Moving deeper, watch out for sign number 3, preemptive character assassination. How does someone talk about people who aren't in the room? If someone offers unsolicited warnings about mutual connections, it's social sabotage disguised as friendly advice. Social psychology research shows this technique reduces trust between potential allies by 47% before they even interact. They'll say, "Just be careful with Sarah, she's great, but..." They are isolating you before you form your own opinion. Remember, how someone talks about others in front of you is exactly how they will talk about you behind your back. They don't use information to build closeness, they use it as ammunition. Next is sign number 4, immediate boundary testing. Have you ever met someone and felt uncomfortable, but couldn't explain why? That was your gut feeling picking up on a boundary violation.
Toxic people test boundaries by calculation, dropping inappropriate comments, asking personal questions about income, or making unwanted physical contact. Observational studies at UCLA revealed that manipulative individuals test boundaries within 7 minutes of meeting someone, whereas respectful people maintain appropriate distance for at least 30 minutes. Pay attention to their reaction if you step back. Coldness or subtle mockery gives you your answer. Crucially, not everyone who acts awkward has bad intentions. Social anxiety or neurodivergence can mimic these behaviors out of nervousness. The difference lies in their response. A nervous person apologizes when you set a boundary, while a toxic person gets angry, ignores it, or tries to make you feel guilty. Which brings us to sign number 5, the strategic victim narrative. This sign is hidden in plain sight, inside the stories they tell about themselves. Within minutes of meeting you, they will share a dramatic narrative where they were the flawless victim of crazy exes or terrible bosses. They position themselves as simultaneously suffering and heroic. Research in narrative psychology confirms that manipulative personalities share intense victim stories up to 3 times earlier in new interactions than emotionally healthy people do. Why do they do this so quickly? It elicits instant sympathy and creates an emotional debt. They want you to feel an urge to protect them. This is strategic reputation management, not authentic vulnerability. Now observe what happens when you share your own life with sign number 6, the spotlight shift. Watch toxic individuals in a group setting. They mentally cannot tolerate it when the spotlight moves away from them for more than 20 seconds. The moment you share an achievement, watch what happens. They will interrupt with, "That reminds me of when I did something similar." Or they will physically check out, grab their phone, and display blatant disinterest. They are joy thieves. Psychology shows that how someone reacts to your good news matters far more for a relationship than how they react to bad news. If someone can't share your small joys, they will eventually try to destroy your big successes. As the dynamic unfolds, watch for sign number 7, disproportionate stress reactions. This sign is almost impossible to fake. Watch someone's face the moment you offer a gentle disagreement. Healthy people can process different perspectives without emotional volatility. But with a toxic person, you will see the mask slip for a fraction of a second, a sudden tightening around the eyes, a quick clenching of the jaw, or an icy shift in their tone of voice. Physiological measurements reveal that individuals with high toxicity traits exhibit stress responses to mild disagreement that are nearly 4 times stronger than those of emotionally healthy adults. They might catch themselves quickly and smile it off, but that flash of disproportionate reaction reveals their true fragility. Finally, we arrive at the most revealing indicator, sign number 8, the mask slip. This happens when they think no one is evaluating them. Watch how they treat people they perceive as having no social value. The waiter, the receptionist, or the parking attendant. Maintaining a charming persona requires constant mental energy. When interacting with people deemed unimportant, their brain drops that effort due to impression management fatigue. A sudden condescending tone, a dismissive gesture, or a flash of contempt towards service staff shows you who they will eventually be to you once the excitement wears off. Toxic people are like shadows. The longer you let them stay, the more they block your light. But if you've wasted years on people like this, don't blame yourself. Today, you have the exact psychological tools to decode the game. Knowing these 8 signals is your ultimate advantage. Time is on your side. You never have to rush into letting someone in, nor dim your light to protect a fragile ego. Your intuition isn't random. It's a finely tuned radar processing subtle cues every second. When you unmask the camouflage in the first 60 seconds, you reclaim your energy, time, and peace. Instantly seeing through the noise and knowing who stands in front of you, that absolute clarity and confidence is pure milk and honey for your soul.